Hello, this is Britt and I am going to talk about albinism. Albinism is a condition where the affected individuals have little or no pigmentation in the skin, eyes and hair. It is an extremely rare condition and only one person in 17,000 is likely to have it. There are two types of albinism. One of them, pardon my pronunciation, is occulocutaneous albinism, and the other is ocular albinism. There are four types of occulocutaneous albinism. It is OCA1, OCA2, OCA3, obviously OCA4. The most common types of albinism are OCA1 and OCA2. In cases of OCA1, the affected individuals have very pale hair and skin, as only a very small amount of melanin is produced. In cases of OCA2, the affected individuals can have blonde to light brown hair and a little bit of pigmentation to their skin. In cases of oculocutaneous albinism, the flawed gene is usually passed on from both parents. So this would be an affected child. These would be carriers. This one is unaffected. As you can see, it is only a 1/4 chance of the child having albinism. Ocular albinism is a type of albinism that only affects the eyes. The affected person can have completely normal hair colour and skin colour, but an eye exam would show that there is no colouring in the back of the eye. This type of albinism is X-linked, thus it is usually more apparent in male individuals. So why don't we see how the genetics work? This is the unaffected father, and this is carrier mother. So they will have a carrier daughter and an unaffected daughter. They will have an unaffected son, and then they will have an affected son. In humans, albinism is most common in South Africa. 1 in 35 South American blacks is a carrier for the albinism gene. This could be due to the fact that mosquitoes are more likely to draw blood from a dark-skinned person than a light-skinned one. As mosquitoes are carriers of malaria, this grants the African albinos a serious advantage. When it comes to animals, albinism is most common in cave-dwelling populations. Mexican cave fish have gone blind and lost their pigmentation to further adapt to their dark surroundings. However, these fish are the same species as surface-dwelling tetra. As you can see, these two fish look nothing alike. However, these two fish are still the same species. There is no breeding barrier between them. They are simply isolated populations. Scientists have observed the loss of pigmentation and eyesight in other cave-dwelling populations. However, they don't agree on what might be the reason. So there are three main theories. The first theory suggests that the genes that are not advantageous in a dark environment might just disappear over time. According to the second theory, the loss of eyes in pigmentation helps to conserve energy and space that would otherwise be occupied by these structures. And the third theory says that the genetic changes that result in the loss of eyes and pigmentation may cause other changes in other structures that are advantageous for living in that sort of environment. And finally, thank you for listening.